Evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy JC here. I'm doing my first review video for the weekend. Okay, for this weekend's URC, and I will say that look. Ultimately, it's not all going to be in order because this was actually the first game that I could watch this weekend. The rest only be able to watch on highlights because of work and stuff. Okay. And then I'm going to do videos on them as well. Bulls Stormers, it's the Bulls' first win over the Stormers in URC. And ultimately the Stormers' first loss to South African opposition in the URC. Okay. Look, ultimately both derbies were disrupted by weather and stuff. Since when does rainy weather actually delay rugby games? Unless it's dangerous and severe. But I live in Joburg. There was nothing severe about the weather. But yeah, look, ultimately rugby is World Rugby or Saru thinks they looking after our safety. But that was the first point of the first protocol over here. And then we have to reflect. Look, I'm not going to go event by event in this game because this game was quite eventful. Okay, but Stormers' undoing ultimately comes down to a poor start, the poor start that they had, and their poor execution of opportunities. Okay. Right. The poor start, poor discipline. Okay. Stormers ultimately conceded 10 unanswered points within 12 minutes. Okay. Then Stormers managed to come back and score the first try, which was a missed conversion by Mani Lubbock. Okay. Then poor discipline came in. And suddenly the Bulls slotted 3 quick penalties. 22 minutes into the game, the Bulls see themselves up 19 points to 5. Okay? Very quickly, and then suddenly everyone saw that was the nature of what the game will be. Look, it was an entertaining clash. Look, refereeing wasn't really consistent, but there were calls that the ref made that actually they were good calls, you know. And then the 32nd minute, the Bulls conceded a yellow card for a deliberate knock-on, which was deliberate. People can argue then say, yeah, the ball went forward and then it hit Deon Fourie. Deon Fourie wasn't there. The ball would have still hit the ground. And, it's a yellow card. It's a yellow card. That's a yellow cardable offence, so there's nothing wrong there. Which led to a second try for the Stormers by Ivan Ruiz, scores 19-12. Stormers then get a yellow card. Then the Stormers get. This would actually be this would go down quite controversial in my book. Okay. Suddenly there was a momentum swing towards the end of the first half. Okay, then the ref shows a yellow card to the Stormers. But then the ref pulls it back because of a previous penalty. Okay. My book repeated offside, yellow card. Shouldn't be called back for a previous penalty that the Bulls committed. That guy doesn't change the fact that the dude was offside. So, that's controversial in my book. It should have stayed a yellow card against the Stormers, but yeah. Ultimately, Stormers come back, and half-time the score is 19 points to 12. Right. So my take on the first half, Bulls started. It was a game of literally. It was a half of first 20 minutes being dominated by the Bulls. The second 20 all Stormers. Okay, but you already see the nature of the game. Stormers were had poor execution. I mean, how many visits to Bulls 22 did they have that they could have scored points from? I mean, 2 tries doesn't justify the actual amount of visits that they had to the Bulls 22. Okay, then you can also say, hey, Bulls defense was spot on. Bulls showed strong defense. But ultimately, poor execution and a poor start was Stormers undoing in that first half. Then we go to this, then we start the second half, and then suddenly the Bulls show poor discipline at the lineouts. Okay, Stormers get penalties. Okay, then Stormers are back in their own 22. Joseph Dwebe stuffs up a 22 lineout within the Stormers 22, where the Bulls win the lineout. And again, Stormers not executing on pressure there. Second lineout, bam. Again, Stormers not executing properly. And then Joseph Dwebe throws another lineout which goes skew. The Bulls get a scrum, and then Bulls are penalized at scrum time, which led to Stormers taking back a couple of points. Okay, Stormers get to take a 3-pointer there, scores 19-15. Okay, then the Bulls start running over the Stormers again. Then suddenly it shows Bulls show dominance. Okay, and Stormers commit unforced errors. Bulls suddenly score 2 tries, and Bulls have a bonus point. The Stormers also got a third try, by the way. The Bulls had their bonus point. Ultimately, the second half wasn't quite as eventful as the first. I mean, the second half, the Bulls dominated. Okay, Stormers only getting 7 points from the second half, whereas the Bulls got their fair share, 40-20. Bulls scored 3 tries in that second half. To me, it's what the insane thing is that it seems like the Bulls dominated, but it wasn't just about dominance. It was about errors that the Stormers made. Stormers didn't adapt, and normally Stormers are the best team when it comes to adapting in South Africa, and the Stormers just didn't. Stormers were just not so spot on today. I'm a Bulls supporter. I'm happy with the win, I mean, you can go into my TikTok and you'll see that I'm ripping into the Stormers. But the mere fact is that I expected so much better from the Stormers in terms of execution and getting results. Use the positions that you have. Basic things. In your position 22, score. You should at least have 80% hit ratio in your opposition 22. 80%. I'm not saying score every time, because, I mean, you get strong defensive teams. But you need to get out there with points. Put pressure on your opposition. When your opposition's under pressure, get points. You can't base this result on coaching as well. John Dobson's a bloody good coach. I think John Dobson is the second best coach in South Africa at the moment. I'm talking about South African provincial teams. I'm not adding Rassie Erasmus into that mix, because Rassie Erasmus is our international coach. I think the only coach better than Dobson is Jake White. But horses for courses over here. The Bulls knew of it, but also you can see the Bulls planned this game. The Bulls planned it. Okay? That's it. So, ultimately, yeah, the best team won, but Stormers need to execute better as well. Okay? Take this game with the lessons that come with it. And yeah, learn from it, guys. Right, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and comment in the comment section, guys. Cheers.